How's it guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're doing analysis on two Japanese yen pairs. It's going to be the British pound, Japanese yen, and then the USD dollar, Japanese yen. Before we hit the charts, I'm doing analysis on using the COT reports. Go visit my website, bottom left corner here, where you can download the COT reports for free to under the resource tab. And also there's some very nice information on the website, especially when you're new to trading. Just go look at the video categories, and then also even if you are intermediate or relatively long into trading, there's also some nice strategies and all that you can watch. So let us hit the charts. So basically what we're looking at today first is going to be the British pound, Japanese yen. We're doing top-down analysis, starting from the daily, moving our way down to the hourly time frame. On a daily time frame, what we can see is a nice little uptrend that was formed by the Japanese yen, or by the British pound against the Japanese yen. So we had this little uptrend that was respected. Just going to do that like that. There we go. As you can see, this trend line has been respected once, and then it went up, and it was respected another time. When price went up, it tapped out liquidity that was lying at the top there. So as you can see, that was the previous high. Price coming down, creating that low over here, going up, hitting that or tapping into that liquidity, coming down, respecting trend line, coming up. Now we've got our next line of liquidity still intact at the top, so price hovering in between the trend line and also the liquidity that's at the top, so that's previous high. Okay, now let's go on to our 4-hour time frame and see what is happening there. On the 4-hour time frame, oops, there we go. Just gonna zoom it in a little bit. Everything got stuck there for a minute. So as you can see, we had our previous low that was over here. I'm just gonna draw this to the side. So we had a previous low, price coming, tapping into that liquidity, creating that area in the market. Now if I move my line a little bit up, you can see that this is where the candles ended. Okay, ended and started. And as we can see, price coming and tapping into that area and on that line again. We have got a little bit of a fair value gap that was created. Meaning by that is we had a low, price hovering. As you can see, price coming up, creating that area over there, then coming up again, breaking that structure, breaking through that, price coming up, now breaking that structure. It created a little bit of a imbalance in the market. It is a fair value gap area. So what we can maybe expect is that price might retrace back to that area of that imbalance. Okay, price gets drawn to those areas, so we can expect price moving up slightly, and then we'll have to look and see if price carries on with that momentum to the top, or if price is just going to start going down again, you know, when it hits that area. If we move to the hourly time frame, just want to show you something. There we go. Okay, again, we had that low in the market as we just saw on the previous 4-hour time frame. So that area was created in the market. So when that area broke, price came up, retested that area. Or I'm just going to show you something here. Price created a fair value gap over here as well, but we have still got another area in the market. So price broke that area, created a fair value gap over there, and we still had one on the top here. Okay, so there was two areas that price created a little bit of an imbalance. Price came, retraced back to the first area or the first imbalance, and then it started moving downwards. Now I just want to show you why and where price got drawn to. If we look back to where price broke structure first time, it created a little bit of a gap over there, a fair value gap, as you can see. Just going to make it there. So it created a little gap in between those two candles, and if we take that and we draw to the side, okay, sorry, taking so long. Just going to zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay. That is why I'm saying price gets drawn towards those areas in the market. And as you can see, price got drawn towards that area of a fair value gap that was still active. And then as soon as it hit that area, price turned and it made its way to the upside. So currently what we're seeing is this area is not active anymore. Price closed that area, got drawn to that area. Okay. Then it started moving up again. So we have still got this one intact, that fair value gap, but currently price is sitting on this area. So if price respects this area in the market, if price respects that area, and then price might just go and tap into that, and let's see what happens. There's also the possibility, obviously, that price starts moving down again. Okay, so don't just predict the markets, react to it. So we have got two areas in the market. We want to see what price is going to do around this area. Will it respect it? And then just hover a little bit and then move up to the upside. So, and then we're going to look at looking at sells, or is price is going to start falling down to that bottom. If we look at our COT reports, we're looking at the British pound first. So on the British pound, you can see that this net position is getting stronger, meaning it went from a negative 80,000 net positions, and then it's now at negative 53,000. Lots of longs being opened, quite a lot of shorts being closed in the market. So that is this uptrend over here. So the close in the market. So this the British pound is getting a little bit stronger. But if we look at the Japanese yen, okay, we can see that the Japanese yen is getting stronger and stronger. So it went from a negative, where was that? Let's call it, negative 110,000 net positions. And now it's sitting on negative 52,000. So lots of longs being opened in the market, a lot of shorts being closed. So the Japanese yen price is getting stronger. Okay. So if that is the case, we're going to see price moving to the downside. So let's see, maybe we're going to see price hitting that area, and then from there on it might just start falling down. Next, the currency pair we're going to look at will be the USD dollar, Japanese yen. We're going to start off with the daily time frame again. Okay, now let's just zoom in here. So what I would like to see, I did some video about this, I think it was Friday or so, but what we saw is this area in the market. That was our previous high. So we saw this previous high being taken out, liquidity run. Okay, we still have this previous low in the market intact. So currently we're sitting with that is our previous high, or that's our new high, and that's our new low. So basically price hovering in between that area. So it made a run for the liquidity, and now it made a move to the downside. Okay, this is also, if we look at the Japanese yen on the COT reports, Japanese yen getting stronger. So you see these pushes in the market. You can also see these candles, these bullish candles getting shorter. So there might be some turn in the market. So daily, the 4-hour time frame. Okay, zooming out a little bit more, so I can just show you that exactly what we were talking about. So basically price came up, okay, made a little turn over here. It created a short-term low. Price moving up, created a high. Okay, just drawing it to the side. With that high, price was drawn into the liquidity area over there. So it tapped into that liquidity. And so this is going to be our new low. Price ran up, hit that liquidity as well, made a nice little liquidity run at the top. Okay, so that's going to be our new high. All right, so we're looking at those two areas. On both areas, liquidity run happened here, liquidity run happened here. So currently price is looking that it's going to be not consolidating, but we're going to see what price is going to be doing in those two areas in the markets. On the 1 hourly time frame, I want to show you something nicely. It's nice and interesting for those, especially for those of you that didn't watch my previous video that I made. So, excuse me, where we at? Price came up and it made a high as we just looked at on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, then price went down, it created a low over here, and that's the low that's intact still, right around there. So price came up, created that low area, and then it came up again. I think it was last weekend's analysis, we were looking at price hovering around this area over here. Just going to do that. Come now, let me just move my chart. And then it created a short-term low here. But price tapped into that liquidity of that previous low it created. Okay, that was last weekend's analysis. Price came down, and with that, it created a fair value gap right around here. As you can see, so price came up, hitting that liquidity area. So basically, there was a market shift. Price came down, was drawn into that liquidity area, that fair value gap, not liquidity, fair value gap, that imbalance in the market. So we had a nice little buy opportunity where price started moving to the upside. Okay, after that gap, right? So price ran up. I'm going to take this out so we don't get too confused with all the lines. And then it started creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Okay, so meaning there's lots of liquidity that was still intact, okay, in certain areas in the market. So we had all this liquidity. Okay, guys placing their buys, leaving their stop orders below it. And similar to this. Oops, let me just draw that there. Okay, so then price ran up into that liquidity area. Okay, price got drawn into the previous high, so that is where price or the liquidity got taken out, and then with that it created a short-term low. Okay, as you can see, that price created that low area. All right, meaning that it was respecting that area, then price came up and it broke that area over there, and then it created another fair value gap over here, as you can see that. Okay, so once it broke that area, price got retraced, and it retraced back because it gets drawn to those gap areas, and that is a nice area where you could have sold off. Okay, and where do you hold your sells towards, or till when? Okay, we could see that price took out liquidity over here, and then price took out some more liquidity over there. So you can see all these areas in the market, price is tapping into that liquidity areas, and obviously the last little one over there. And if you zoom out a little bit more, now you can see there's some liquidity that's still intact over here. But now we saw price, you know, taking out all those areas in the market, right? Because it gets drawn to the liquidity areas. If you missed that sell opportunity, price came down, it came up again, and every time it breaks structure, meaning every time it breaks that previous low that it creates, okay, then you're looking for fair value gap areas. So that was the previous low that created, price came up, retraced nicely into that area, then price broke that area, creating a gap in the market, gap in the candles. There we go. That's the imbalance of the candles. Price gets drawn to that area, and again, nice little sell. I mean, those little sell areas, I mean, look at that. If you had to sell it off there, it's a nice 60, almost 70 pip run. So currently what we're looking at is on an hourly time frame, we still see that this area is intact. Okay, this is our previous low. Come now. So we're looking at that previous low that was created, and we're looking at that previous high, right? So that is also some areas in the market. So I'm drawing out these lines, and I want to see what price is doing or will be doing in that area. I'm just going to expand it a little bit. It's not as straight as I want it to be, but I mean, it's straight enough. Just zooming out. So I'm going to be looking at what price is going to be doing in this area. Will it be breaking structure, meaning will it start shifting to the upside, or will it continue downwards? As we can see that the Japanese yen is still getting stronger, So let us have a look and see if price will break this area over here, and then creating another imbalance in the market for another sell opportunity, or is price going to start moving up again, creating an imbalance, and then moving to the upside. So that's all, up to what the market is going to do. So we will react to what it does. We're not just going to predict it. We're looking at all these areas in the market. We're drawing out our lines, our previous highs, our previous lows. We're looking at the structure. We're looking at where those gaps are, where the gaps or where price is going to be drawn towards. And yes, that's basically what we're going to do and react to what it does. So guys, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more analysis, more video trading content coming your way. So guys, I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and happy trading, guys.